Either way, the child is more likely to seek out formulas or specific strategies for how to succeed, rather than have a resilient capacity to tolerate the discomfort of not knowing, being a beginner at something, exploring various options, or being inquisitive and explorative about a new skill. While this is a boon for the self-help industry, the inability to explore new ideas or theories, in this case regarding communication and self-care specifically, without striving to have an answer or precise methodology, delimits one's curiosity and creativity and erodes self-trust. The core concepts discussed below are offered to support examinations of interpersonal communication styles, issues, and barriers while promoting critical reflection, active listening, and evaluative self-trust. Finding information, or formulas, on improving communication, identifying desires, and negotiating wants and needs is easy. There are books, tapes, videos, and TV shows on improving communication everywhere one turns. It's a self-help supermarket out there with hundreds of different styles and theories to choose from. With a plethora of products offering to help improve communication, it can be overwhelming and difficult to know where to begin and what will be useful. While there is not a one-size-fits-all approach to improving communication, there are two core concepts that are important no matter what style or approach people choose. The first is that power cannot be communicated away, and the second is to be aware when using cultural norms to set or explain boundaries. Just about any communication skill or tool can be used to coerce, manipulate, or maintain power and control. Just because someone uses I statements or feeling sentences or even nonviolent communication skills does not mean they are not misusing power. Power is a very versatile little creature and can sneak in just about anywhere. Using the reflective loop and being aware of how power is playing out in your relationship is an important and ongoing process. Being mindful of power and power dynamics does not inherently make them go away, but it can inform you about how you choose to communicate, negotiate, and interact in the relationship. There are many ways power enters into relationships. Sometimes differences between partners involve a power dynamic, such as when one partner is a fluent native speaker in the country they live in and the other is not, or one partner is undocumented and the other is not, or one partner owns a car in an environment where it is necessary for transportation, while the other one does not. Differences in power are not inherently bad or wrong, but the way they are navigated is important. There are endless ways in which relationships hold differences that translate into social power. One partner may be more comfortable negotiating with institutions and take responsibility for this in the relationship. While this could create a power imbalance in terms of who has more direct access to or information about the institutions they are in contact with, such as banks, credit unions, utility companies, internet providers, student loan companies, etc. How the couple communicates and addresses this matters more than the difference itself. If the person who is in direct contact with the institutions uses this to manipulate, isolate, or control their partner, then power is being abused. If, however, they communicate and address things in ways that feel equitable to both of them, then it works for that relationship. Power can be misused and abused in countless ways, and it is important to not get hooked into believing that any one formula or approach to communication or boundary setting will mitigate it. Power must be grappled with as directly as possible, and this requires practice in identifying power and becoming increasingly more skillful in negotiating and navigating it in relationships. If you're just beginning your journey into understanding privilege and power, consider reading the following articles: Beyond Inclusion, Beyond Empowerment by Leticia Nieto, Anti-Racist Toolkit by Ignite, What is the System of Privilege by Alan G. Johnson. The National Seed Project is another wonderful resource. Cultural norms. Communication is not only complicated by individual experience, skill, and preference, it is also complicated by cultural norms. Passed on from one generation to the next, cultural norms are the shared, sanctioned, and integrated systems of beliefs, values, and practices that characterize a cultural group. Norms differ from group to group. Navigating differences in cultural norms is an important part of communication and boundary setting. Problems occur when a cultural norm is mistaken for what is normal or right, and the problems are compounded when there is social and institutional power to impose the norm. Modern Western medicine is one example. Many people prefer to use herbs, acupuncture, energy work, and other forms of alternative medicine to treat medical and mental health issues. Most insurance companies elect to not cover alternative treatments because they are not considered medically or scientifically established or proven in the way that, say, antidepressant or chemotherapy is. Even the allocation of these practices as being alternative is an imposition of a cultural norm, positioning Western medicine at the center from which all other modalities are viewed and evaluated. That certain practices are codified and covered by insurance is based on cultural norms surrounding how to define and treat medical and mental health issues.